Hello and welcome to TTV News broadcasting on TayNinhTV radio and television station with some latest events in TayNinhTV province. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, in the afternoon of October 31st, Mr. Nguyễn Thế Lực, Standing Vice Chairman of the Vietnam Journalists Association of TayNinhTV Province, visited and congratulated TayNinhTV radio and television station on the occasion of the 45th anniversary of the establishment of the station, November 1st, 1977, November 1st, 2022.
Mr. Nguyễn Thế Lực assessed over the past 45 years that the radio and television station has well promoted its functions and duties, propagating the party guidelines and policies, state laws and local political duties. Especially in recent years, it has made remarkable innovations in all aspects, especially the effective application of digital transformation in professional activities, contributing to improving the efficiencies of the propaganda work. On this occasion, Mr. Nguyễn Thế Lực sent good wishes to all officials, civil servants and employees of the station. He believes that in the coming time, under the leadership of the party committee, the board of directors, along with the solidarity of the officials and civil servants in the unit, TayNinhTV radio and television station will continue to thrive and spread to audience and listeners all over the country and the world.
On October 31st, the Standing Committee of Goyal District People's Council organized a delegation led by Ms. Vương Thị Thúy Oanh, Vice Chairwoman of the District People's Council, to monitor the effectiveness of production development support projects under the National Target Program on building new style rural areas and reducing poverty sustainably in 2020 and 2021 with the People's Committee of Bầu Trồng Kham Muộn. In the past 2 years, the People's Committee of Bầu Trồng Kham Muộn has continued to develop the project of a fast-growing multi-rural area associated with product consumption in hamlet Chur, with a total cost of more than 1.6 billion Vietnam dong, of which the state budget supports nearly 254 million Vietnam dong. The Standing Committee for New Rural Development, in collaboration with the Fatherland Fund, social-political organizations, mass associations, and the District Bank for Social Policies, has provided capital support for poor and near-poor households to develop production, rise out, and sustainably escape from poverty. In addition, community departments and branches also mobilize resources to build and repair 7 rich solidarity houses and houses of compassion for households in difficult circumstances, presenting more than 3,800 gifts to households in difficult circumstances, households affected by the COVID-19 epidemic, policy families, with a total amount of nearly 1.6 billion Vietnam dong, awarded startup capital without interest to 30 youth union members, with the amount of 190 million Vietnam dong, awarded hundreds of scholarships to students with difficult circumstances to excel in their studies. Ms. Vương Thị Thúy Oanh suggested Bầu Trồng Kham Muộn to propose propaganda about new policies so that people can grasp and implement, create new models, good ways to help poor and near-poor households to develop their economy and sustainably escape from poverty. Dear audience, today, November 1st, 2022, TayNinhTV radio and television station officially hosts an event to celebrate the 45th anniversary of its establishment. To prepare for this special day, previously the collective of officials, civil servants, and employees of the station have made great efforts to complete the status, as well as organize activities to respond to this important festival.
One of the activities that the radio staff have spent time participating in since the first day of October is preparing musical performance to celebrate the 55th anniversary of the establishment of the radio and television station. The team with 20 members actively practice and refined their vocals and choreography to create a special program. The members of the team came from different offices. Despite their busy work, everyone practiced very hard, participated in the program rehearsal, listened to suggestions to make the program more complete. The musical performances this time will be about journalism, broadcasting, and promises to be very attractive performance. In response to the anniversary, TayNinhTV television station held a karaoke contest for future civil servants and employees of the station. The contest is practical, cultural, and artistic playground for the workers of the station. Thereby, it is possible to connect the feelings of everyone in the same roof of TTV 11. Through the contest, I also discovered that my associate also has a lot of promising and very good vocalists, from which we also selected a few vocalists to form a musical team to the station, and everyone practiced together, even though they have different appetizers. But I also try very hard to create a cultural program welcoming the 45th anniversary of the establishment of the TayNinhTV television station. It can be said that all the basic preparations has been completed and ready for the 45th anniversary establishment of the TayNinhTV television station.
TayNinh's Department of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Medicine confirmed that avian influenza is always at risk of recurrence. Breeders must always be vigilant and continue to prevent disease as recommended by the professional sector. Most of the poultry raising farms and households in TayNinh are highly aware of disease prevention and control. Many households carry out animal husbandry in the direction of biosecurity, proactively find new livestock breeds that meet the needs of the market, have high resistance to disease. Mr. Nguyễn Thành Thúc, Deputy Director of TayNinh's Department in charge of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Medicine, said that as a border province, TayNinh is always at high risk of avian influenza outbreaks. There are still households raising livestock with small scale that do not meet veterinary hygiene requirements, have not been fully vaccinated. Pathogens always exist in the breeding environment. The trade and transportation of poultry without quarantine is a condition for avian influenza to recur. TayNinh Provincial Peace Committee has sent an official dispatch requesting the heads of relevant departments, agencies, and sectors to drastically and seriously implement solutions to prevent and control avian influenza. TayNinh Department of Agriculture and Rural Development implements the project, strengthening the capacity of the system of specialized veterinary management agencies at all levels, strictly implement the quarantine work at the root, strictly control the transportation and trade of poultry and poultry products in the province, implement cleaning, disinfection, and sterilization throughout the province. From the beginning of 2022 until now, TayNinh has strictly implemented the regulations on disease vaccination for livestock and poultry. The whole province has completed the second phase of 2022 with more than 150,000 doses of vaccines against diseases in livestock. Epidemic do not occur in the whole province.
With the aim of supporting and creating conditions for disadvantaged pupils, students, and young people to excel in their studies to realize their dreams, the Provincial Women's Union has established TayNinhTV Scholarship Fund in November of 2021, and this fund has contributed to raising the step for girls to go to school and fulfill their dreams for a brighter future. Originally, when it was established, the amount of the fund was 1 billion Vietnam dong, supported by the family members of martyrs and heroes of the People's Armed Forces, TayNinhTV. Over the past year, it has been supported by organizations and individuals inside and outside the province, helping to create the funds around 4.7 billion Vietnam dong, and the association has awarded scholarships for the first period in May of 2022 with 18 students. According to the plan, the scholarship is awarded at least 1 to 2 times in 1 year. The level of support is from 2 million to 40 million Vietnam dong per course for the pupils and students in the TayNinh province. And from the amount of scholarship awarded in the first phase, it has helped 10 junior high school students and pupils, 4 college and university students continue their studies. 55 female students received the Nguyen Thi Ba Scholarship for the second period of 2022. Each of them has different family circumstances, but they are all difficult and need a lot of support to be able to continue their studies in the present and also in the future. Nguyen Thi Ba Scholarship Fund was born to contribute to the Women's Union of Tây Ninh Province and benefactors and local authorities at all levels to help the students on the part of education.
Ladies and gentlemen, TTV11, TayNinhTV Radio and Television Station, is the mouthpiece of the party and government, a forum for businesses and people in TayNinh. Especially, this is an information channel that plays an important role for ethnic minorities. Through radio and television programs, the policies and guidelines of the party, state, and province are received in a timely, complete, and accurate manner. The news is constantly updated, so for ethnic minorities, TayNinhTV Radio and Television Station has become a reliable companion, a place where they can express their own thoughts and wishes. With TayNinhTV Radio and Television Station, ethnic minorities are also targeted audience.
I also regularly watch news programs of TayNinhTV station. For ethnic people like me, watching radio helps me grasp political, cultural, and social information in their province, the lives and policies of the party and state. I'm illiterate, so I also learn more. The program to educate children and then the program to live in love with each other. It's good to see it, and my children are well educated. According to statistics, the whole province has 21 ethnic minorities, of which the most are Khmer people, living mainly in the districts of Tân Châu, Tân Biên, Châu Thành, Hoa Thanh Thao. According to Buddhism, a few Khmer people follow Catholicism. Therefore, the cultural features of beliefs and religions of all ethnic groups are approached by reporters of TTV11 and shown through complete reports and news articles broadcasted on television and radio. The traditional cultural identities that have been popularized and preserved for a long time are now known to more people. It is the joy in the daily life of the ethnic minority community. The images of production labor, festivals, and religious activities are recorded by reporters in a very ordinary and simple way, but very attractive and impress the audience. In addition to the time working at school, at home I also watch the programs of TTV11 when I have free time. For example, Saturday, Sunday, I also watch in the morning. As for the days when I usually go to work, I often watch in the evening. Watching these programs, I see that in TTV11's programs, there are also many good programs that help people understand more about traffic safety, from which people will try the traffic in the safest way. Ethnic minorities mainly live by agricultural production, so programs on science, technology, and agriculture on TayNinhTV Radio and television are always welcome and watched by people. Thereby, they can access science and technology, convert crops, so their lives are relatively stable. Through the TTV11 channel, the ethnic strategy and policy has been propagated and disseminated to the ethnic minorities. This has created favorable conditions in infrastructure development, poverty alleviation, building new rural areas to improve people's knowledge, and developing human resources in ethnic minority areas. At the same time, helping people to remain steadfast in their ideological stance, not wavering before the peaceful arguments and developments of hostile forces, do not participate in activities contacting with reactionary organizations and individuals. The close attention and direction of the Provincial People's Committee is always quickly and accurately informed by TayNinhTV Radio and television station. Ethnic minorities will observe the guidelines of the party, policies, and laws of the state, ensure stability of national defense, security, social order, and safety, contributing to building great solidarity in the ethnic minority areas. Hopefully, with the dedication, enthusiasm, and relentless efforts of the reporters of TayNinhTV radio and television station, it will contribute to deeply promoting the beauty of the ethnic minorities in TayNinhT, bring many more good programs and news, meeting the needs of audience everywhere.
That's all for today's news. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.